Shalom. Allah start out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone. Citations to the Philet that's pushing this truth across four corners of the earth, all faith, truth, and sincerity. This Amawanabad back in the sitting. This was going to this on this video. Found on TikTok, just floating around on TikTok, on the internet, whatever. About these college football players, these college football players, these young men, that's doing these TikToks, these TikTok dances, whatever. But these latest two, this one of them. It's another one with the Texas players, but this one right here is with the Mississippi State players. Dancing to a song that they should not be dancing to, right? Because the song is about a Mo, right? A guy that's he's a Mo, which his name's Salsa Santana. If you know who he is, if you know, you know. But I'm sure who he is once I play and I'm gonna play this video. But like I said, man, it's getting out of hand, man. Jake, man, Negro, Latino natives, but man, Jake, man, the Negro, man, like I said, Latinos and natives, the Israelites, right, that's doing these TikTok dances, man. Y'all should not be doing it, man. This is not, this is not masculine. This is not, you're pushing a low vibration, effeminate energy out there, to younger, Jakes, men, boys, I say, younger boys, seeing this, and they think that this might be okay to do, because they doing it's okay for me to do it. They do it. It's not, and it's like, say, you gotta stop doing this, man. This, man, like I said, man, we definitely in the last days, man. Man, they really pushing this Mo agenda, man. It's okay for you just to be doing stuff like this. This is an effeminate type of spirit, and like in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? What happened to that? The Lord Yahweh destroyed that, right? He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of that. Men laying with men, and women with women, so forth. That the Mo, right? Being a Mo, I'm saying Mo, but what I'm trying to say. I ain't trying to get my video straight, but what I'm saying. Mo, right? The Mo agenda, doing that Mo stuff, right? Doing, that wicked act that the Most High Yahweh, didn't like in Sodom and Gomorrah. So in these times, America, Babylon Great, I said the Most High Yahweh Yahushai, they seen this, what I'm saying? It's nothing new on the sun. What happened? What was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah? All that, that Mo and all that, men lying with men and so forth, and men dressing as women and this and that. That's going on today, and like I say, what's gonna happen to those that participate and push that Mo agenda? They're gonna be destroyed, man. Those that keep pushing this effeminate energy, the emasculating, agenda, Mo agenda, Most High Yahweh Yahushai gonna destroy those that doing that, man. Judgment gonna come down upon, Jake, 2/3 Israelites that that do this, man. Cause this is crazy, man. It's getting out of hand, man. But I'm gonna play this video because I ain't want me just sitting too long.
I hope you niggas lose every game win y'all got this season. Every single one. By 50. What is wrong with you niggas? That song is about being DL. God damn, did y'all...
And if that song is about that, why is y'all dancing to that? You know, Saucy Santana, like I say, he's a mo, right? He's a, you know, if you know, you know. I'm gonna show him who he is in a minute. Cause that's the song they was dancing to. It's called "Quiet by the Creek." But if that song is about that, cause I ain't listened to it, but what the dude was saying, that's about you being DL, you know, if it's a DL song, then hey man, this shit getting crazy out here, man. This shit wild. That's why Loyal Shot gonna, you know, destroy a lot of. He gonna bring a lot of death and judgment upon, you know, 2/3 of his people, man. Israelites that ain't right, man. You know, they're doing all these wicked acts, you know, that, you know, is wrong, you know. But I'm gonna play the rest of the video.
Listen to the damn song, they all in the locker room, shaking titties and popping ass. What is, oh my God. Do y'all understand, since the beginning of history, as a black...
And I'm play for the play the rest of this. And the way they, you know, they dance, because I really didn't want to, the way they look, I ain't want to look at the video, what they was doing. I'm like, man, it's ridiculous. But that is how women, they move their body and jump and all that stuff, like, you know, shaking and twerking their body, whatever, you know. That women do that, man. Men ain't supposed to be doing those movements like that. You know, but I'm playing the rest of the video.
Black man, our masculinity has continued to be under attack, gang. Pushing agendas, gang. And y'all just helping it. Y'all just let them be them, let them express themselves. Stop doing this nut ass shit. You a football player. Work on your feet, work tackling a nigga. What are we doing? What are we doing?
And like he was saying, he was saying since the beginning of time, you know, they've been trying to emasculate the black man, you know, the Negro man, you know, the Israelite man, you know, you could say Israelite men, so-called Negro Latino natives, you know. This, and like I say, but Jake, you Negroes, you know, tribe of Judah, you Judites, you know, that's doing this, and you know, this Israelite man in general that's pushing this Mo agenda. Yeah, man, y'all helping the so-called white people, Esau and my doubles, pushing this. You know, y'all helping it, this is not good at all. There's nothing good about this at all. What y'all doing? This is nothing positive. This is straight negative for the Israelite men, young men and young boys. This has got to stop. You know. No, this infeminate energy, this Mo agenda, this low vibration energy, music, whatever it may be, that y'all pushing, it's gotta stop, man. You know. But like I said, a lot of so-called Negro, Latino, Israelite men, they're gonna sell out, whatever. They don't care. But like I said, that's 2/3 Israelites that Loyal Shah is gonna bring judgment upon. And me myself, first of all, I hope I'm part of righteous enough to escape the rapid judgment of Loyal Shah in these times, man. Because a lot of death and judgment coming upon 2/3 Israelites that's doing this, man. You know, that's doing, you know, Israelite men, you know, that's doing this. Women too, man. That women that, you know, they say, oh, let them do what they want to do, and they say, oh, there's nothing wrong, blah blah blah. Man, shut up. It is wrong. This ain't nothing natural or a way of a man supposed to be doing here. You know, and y'all women that do that push this, y'all gonna be destroyed too. Like I said, a lot of 2/3 Israelites gonna be women too. That ain't right. Because y'all promote and push it. Y'all don't try to stop it and say, nah, I don't do that. You ain't supposed to be doing that. You know? Y'all don't help the situation. Y'all make it worse. Saying it's okay and whatever. But I'm playing another video. Now these are the Texas football players, right? Oh, my bad. That's this one right here. Hold on, go back. Look. You see that? They ain't probably doing that, man. See that? But they think this. I don't know. They think it's funny or what. I don't know if they trying to get some clicks and views. They don't want to, but this ain't it, man. Ain't nobody doing it. But yeah, that's what's been going on. You know, with this, and it's ridiculous. And these are Israelite man, Jake man doing this. You know, ridiculous, man. They should not be doing this. But so I'm gonna go to the guy that the first video the Mississippi State Players was dancing to, right? This guy right here, Saucy Santana. This is the song they was dancing to. This is the artist, and he's a mo. He's a mo. Look at him. Ridiculous. This is who they dancing to, man. You know, this is the song. But yeah, I ain't gonna go too much on him. You know, get off him. But I'm gonna get the scriptures to back this up, because I didn't want to make this too long. It's Isaiah 3:9. They sued their continents. Excuse me. They sued their continents. Doeth witness against them, and they declared their sin as Sodom, that hideth not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. You know. So they doing this and showing their effeminate way of what they doing, right? They mode way of, you know, of doing what they doing, right? They body language, you know, what they doing and dancing, and you know how they going about, you know, showing how they going about doing what they doing, right? As a woman, they ain't supposed to be doing that, you know. Israelite men, you know, Negro, Latino, Native men, Israelite men should not be doing that, man. You know, and that's like they not hiding it, you know. That just that, but it's other stuff that's going on too. You know, that so-called Negro, Latino, Israelite men are pushing this more agenda, man. You know, these rapper artists and so forth, these streamers are pushing this, man, and it's getting out of hand, bro. And I say, the Lord y'all about some shot gonna bring judgment upon 2/3 Israelites that ain't right, man, doing this, man. You know, horrific judgment coming down to Israelite men that's doing this, man, and just acting like this, or they think that it's okay to do this, and think that no consequence or judgment gonna come upon you doing this. And it says, woe unto their souls. So, you know, destruction to them. Death and destruction to so-called Negro, Latino, Israelite men that promote this more agenda, this effeminate, low vibration energy that you're pushing out there, you know, amongst the so-called Negro, Latino, Israelites, you know. And all I say, man, the death and destruction that come upon you wicked, you Israelite men that out here doing these wicked acts, man, disgusting acts, you know, that the Lord Yahweh hates. You know, they rewarded evil unto themselves. So all this coming to, you know, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Israelite men, you know, women too, that, you know, that push it, promote it, you know, y'all gonna be destroyed, man. A horrific death is coming to you, Israelites. You know, 2/3 Israelites that's doing this and pushing this, man, out there, man. This ain't right. But let me get another scripture. Now with Saucy Santana, you know, he dressing up as a woman and so forth. But don't get a scripture that says, you know, you ain't supposed to be doing that. This is Deuteronomy 22:5. So this Deuteronomy 22:5. A woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so excuse me, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord Yahweh, thy power, Yahweh Shah, thy power. So, say women, so like it's like the roles are reversed in these times, which is crazy, right? You got women out here acting, masculine and talking like men and being rough and putting on men's garments, trying to be like a man, whatever. Baggy pants and looking all like a man, all trying to look all rough and dyking, you know what I'm saying? These dykes and so forth. And then you got the men acting like women, dancing, like I say in that Mississippi State video and other things as well, videos, men out there and so forth that's out there, doing stuff, men out here wearing women's garments, dresses and wigs and stuff like that, and fingernail polish, nails and press-ons, what do you want to call them, right? All that other, I don't like saying all that stuff, but all the stuff they be wearing, like women's stuff, right? Makeup, all that. They ain't supposed to be doing that. That's an abomination to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. So a lot of death is judgment coming for you two-thirds Israelites that's doing promoting this and pushing this more agenda, man. This effeminate low vibration energy out there, y'all pushing out there, man. And I say we in those times, the Lord Yahweh Yahshua is gonna bring, nothing but horrific judgments upon two-thirds of Israelites, that's out here doing wickedness, man, and not thinking that ain't no consequences gonna come, no consequences are gonna come about it, think because you get away with it now that nothing's gonna happen, that's not the case. Yahweh outside they see this, and like I say, a lot of Israelites gonna be getting put to death in these times and going forward. So with that, I didn't want to make this too long. So hope this was edifying. Lord willing, hope this is edifying. So again, I like all praise and glory to Yahweh, Baha Hashem, Yahushua, Baha Hashem, Harakah Kadash, to the apostles, elders, to the Sasakin brothers, to the Fiyakwaf sisters that do listen, keep the faith, and Yahushua keep fighting with that. Say Shalom.